Okay, so I only just woke up. It's currently 8 o'clock in the morning here in Auckland. I just saw the news and yeah, it got me thinking. It's obviously really sad. I didn't see it coming. I don't know if that could be the same for anyone else, but yeah, the circumstances behind it just got me thinking a lot in the last hour that I've been awake, and I felt like I needed to make this video pretty much. Consider it a sister video to the last vlog I did. So yeah, I've only just woken up pretty much, so excuse me if my eyes are really puffy and my hair's like a total mess right now and I'm still in bed, but yeah, I felt like I needed to do this now and talk about it now. So yeah, as I said in the last video, I've been struggling with depression for about 3 years now, and of course within the last 3 years I have made attempts to end things, because there have been occasions where I felt really desperate and hopeless and not knowing what to do, so it stems from the feeling that, you know, that I'm pretty worthless and that everyone would be better off without me. That's like, whenever I'm in that state, that's like the where that those feelings stem from. It's that. And I said in the last video that I'm now trying to get help, so hopefully I won't make an attempt like that ever again. So I'll tell you about the last 3 attempts that I made. I'm not trying to glamorize anything or excuse myself or anything. I just felt like maybe opening up about this will probably hopefully do some good for someone. I don't know. Maybe do some good for me. Okay, so this past year I've had to put up with some stupid bullshit that has been really weighing down on me. The third last time I tried this, I was actually away in Kiev in Ukraine for my Eurovision blog stuff, and it was at the beginning of the trip. I suddenly had a financial snag, which was just basically the tip of the iceberg of the recent rubbish that I had to put up with, because as I was planning my trip, basically a so-called friend of mine extorted money from me and a few of my other friends, and for me it was quite a large amount of money, and so yeah, I was already struggling for money when I went on that trip, and I was already upset and shaken up by that whole thing, and the financial snag I hit on my trip was just the tip of the iceberg, and I just felt like I had enough, so I went back to my hotel room. It was one of those high-rise, old-fashioned high-rise buildings, and they didn't have like one of those special anti-jump windows in my hotel room, so I locked myself in my hotel room and I was contemplating whether to jump out of the window or not. I was on like the 18th floor, so I was quite high up, and I was looking down at the window wondering, should I do it? Eventually, like, in my pondering whether or not I'm too scared to do this, a knock on the door comes. I open it, and the police were there looking for me. And there were paramedics as well, and they were trying to talk me out of it, like they were being so nice to me, and they were trying to make sure I didn't hurt myself. And they took me to hospital, and I was talking to the doctor about everything and how I was feeling. And initially, they were going to keep me in the psychiatric ward for a few days. Like, I was a little bit hesitant, but I thought, it's something I should do. I only lasted about 10 minutes before I had to run back to my friend who was waiting for me in the waiting room, and I started bawling my eyes out, saying, like, don't leave me here, I don't want to stay here, because seriously, just 10 minutes in that psychiatric ward put the fear of God into me. It was very scary. Like, no one was could speak English. It was had this very one flew over the cuckoo's nest vibe, which for me in that state was very scary, and I was just begging the doctor, let me go, please, I don't want to stay in this hospital, let me go. And eventually they caved in and let me go, so long as my friends looked after me and made sure I didn't try to hurt myself again. So that's the end of that story. The last 2 times I've attempted this are kind of linked to each other, and it's an ongoing personal drama. I don't want to say anything about what happened or who is involved, because it'll probably just make things worse. But what I will say is that I made a stupid mistake. I made a friend angry, and his girlfriend got involved, and it made me feel really horrible. And at one point, this woman was calling me every name under the sun. Basically, I was trying my best to reason with them and apologise, but the female part of this, the opposite party, was being extremely unreasonable and refusing to acknowledge my apology. And at one point, she was calling me every name under the sun, which just made me feel even worse. And that, coupled with the guilt that, I've angered someone I really care about, just was too much for me. So I tried again. I went around the block of the hotel I was staying. This was a couple of weeks ago on a recent trip. While I'm back in the hotel, just trying to find a way to do it. I was thinking maybe I could find a way to find like a balcony or something to jump from. But I gave up. I walked back into reception, and a member of staff saw me and asked me if I was okay, and I just shook my head saying I'm not okay. I talked with them, and they called in paramedics, police followed, and doc, just took some basic tests, talked to me, and they let me go eventually. And then the last time was actually a few days ago. I was still feeling really horrible about the incident with my friend, and it didn't help that I was told I had a talk with someone that made me feel really bad about myself. Like that it wasn't their intention, the person's intention, like to make me feel bad or tell me off or anything, but it's just like it got me thinking, and it made me feel like I wasn't good enough. So I walked out of the house. There's like a bridge that goes over like a highway about 10 minutes walk from the house, and I went there and I was thinking, like, should I jump over that bridge? And then I got thinking, you know, what if I land on a car? I'm gonna possibly kill someone else, trying to kill myself. And I just thought, maybe this is a really bad idea, but I didn't know what to do, so I wandered into a shop. They gave me a number for a helpline to call, and they suggested to call a family member that'll help, so I did that. And they and eventually the family member arrived, and they talked to me and helped me out and stuff like that, and it made me feel better and stuff like that. So yeah. It's just, yeah, I've really not been in a good place lately. I don't want to stay in that place. I just want to be happy again. I'm sick of feeling horrible about myself. Whatever will help, I will do it, because I'm just at that stage where I'm so desperate to get better that I'll just do anything. And it's just, like I shouldn't have ever gotten to this stage, like, where things have gotten so bad with me that I'm resorting to stupid things like that. And no, I shouldn't call it a stupid thing, but what I mean by stupid thing is just like getting upset over stuff and letting it get to me. It's like, well, I'm not saying that if by doing stuff like that you're stupid or anything like that. You're definitely not, but it's just like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Just no one should ever have to get to the stage where they have to resort to something like that. Basically. And the fact that I've been struggling with this for like 2 years now, especially the last few months. Like, I just want all of this to stop. like, if someone could just wave a magic wand and make me feel automatically better, I wish it was possible, but no, right now I'm just feeling really low. I'm feeling really horrible about myself, and just really desperate to like make myself better by any means possible, because I don't want to have to get to that stage where I'm trying to kill myself again, you know. You know that there are people who do care about me and don't want me to end up doing stuff like that, and it makes me feel upset because I'm making people upset. But at the same time, I can't help but feeling that I'm just a burden to people and that people would be better off without me. I shouldn't feel like that, but I can't help it. It's just the mentality that's grown in my head over time. And I just wish I could get rid of that. Okay. I don't know where else to go with this video. I think I pretty much said everything I need to say. I think I'm just gonna grab some tissues and go back to sleep, because I'm in a pretty delicate state right now. Just all these thoughts in my head and stuff like that. Okay, so I'll stop the recording now. I've pretty much said everything I needed to say. So I'll see you around. Hopefully I'll be in a lot better mood. Hopefully I'll be in a much better place next time. But yeah, I'll see you around.